Audio Jungle. Fans, in an emergency, please evacuate the Don Haskins Center. Head for the nearest aisle. Proceed to the closest exit. Walk to ground level and exit the arena. Once outside, walk as far away as possible. Please follow the instructions of arena ushers and security staff. Help those that need your assistance. Above all, keep cool and exit in an orderly manner. Thank you.
Discover El Paso ISD. EPISD focuses on teaching the way your child learns best. STEAM schools, early college high schools, dual language starting in pre-K. EPISD is open enrollment, so enroll now at episd.org.
Hello and welcome to the 2017 El Paso Independent School District graduation. Thank you for being here on our special day.
Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación escolar del Distrito Independiente del Paso.
It is an exciting time in our lives, and we're glad to share it with you and our family and friends.
Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros en este día tan especial.
We know our graduation is a special occasion for you too.
You've been with us in the good times and bad every step of the way, and we thank you. Es un momento emocionante en nuestras vidas y estamos contentos de compartirlo con ustedes, nuestra familia y amigos.
Now, after all these years, we are ready to embark on new adventures.
By going to college and starting our careers.
Sabemos que nuestra graduación es una ocasión especial.
Para ustedes también.
We want our last moments of high school to be memorable and dignified.
Primero, queremos que nuestra ceremonia de graduación sea un momento digno y memorable.
This is why we are asking you, our audience, to keep our moment special.
Por esta razón, les pedimos a la audiencia que hagan este momento especial.
Our parents and friends want to hear our names as we take our walk across the stage.
And we want to hear our names called too.
Nuestros padres y nuestros amigos quieren escuchar nuestros nombres cuando nos llamen al escenario.
So please, be respectful and allow us to hear everyone's name as we walk across the stage.
Espantasuegras, gritos, pelotas, teléfonos celulares y otras distracciones le quitan importancia a este momento tan especial.
Noisemakers, silly strings and air horns, video games, mobile devices, and tablets take away from our special moment.
Les pedimos que se alegran, pero con respeto.
Please cheer for us, but do it with respect. After all, you only get to see us graduate from high school once.
Les agradecemos su cooperación.
We've made you proud, so please make us proud.
Después de todos, ustedes nos verán graduarnos de la prepa una sola vez.
Thanks from the class of 2017. Gracias de parte de la clase de 2017.
In the mid-1930s, German dictator Adolf Hitler began his quest for world domination. With his invasion of Poland, he began a reign of tyranny that would last 6 years. Most of Europe collapsed under the strong arm of Hitler's armies, and its people became victims of Hitler's ruthlessness. Followers of Hitler committed atrocities, persecuting and slaughtering innocent people. Why? Because of their race, religious beliefs, and Hitler's hate. Incarcerated at concentration camps, they died by the millions, most of them Jews. On December 7, 1941, in a surprise attack, Japanese fighter pilots bombed the U.S. naval port Pearl Harbor. This ruthless act of aggression became the impetus that drove the United States of America into war. The states came together as a nation, as men and women from all walks of life united to help support the cause. Sacrifices were made here at home, but the ultimate sacrifice was made by the young men, many of them just boys, who enlisted and were drafted into the military to prepare for the fight ahead. On November 25, 1940, the El Paso contingent of the Texas National Guard was federalized and activated for duty as a division of the U.S. Army. The unit, later known as a Fierce Fighting Unit, was composed of mostly Hispanic youth. These school-age men dropped out of Bowie, Austin, and El Paso high schools to serve. Many didn't speak English, but understood the cause and enlisted in the National Guard. Company E of the 141st Infantry Regiment, 36th Division, became a well-trained group, tight-knit and hardy. Among these elite soldiers was a man by the name of John L. Chapin, born March 15, 1913, a son of an El Paso family, a product of El Paso and Isleta schools, and commander of Company E. Member of the 36th Infantry Division, 141st Infantry Regiment, hero, recipient of a Silver Star and a Purple Heart, John L. Chapin, a son, a father, and a husband.
Well, he was quite handsome. He was tall and well-built, and he was a funny person. He had a wonderful wit, sense of humor, and he was so principled and so loyal and steadfast, and it was just wonderful to be with him. And his personality, I think, has gone over into Paul's personality quite a lot. Kind and enjoy life and having fun and yet wanting to be a good father and husband. And he was a all-around person, just simply a wonderful person. They had seen what was going on in Europe. You know, action started over there in 1939, and he had seen what was going on in Europe and knew that it was wrong, and philosophically he was just willing to make the sacrifice, which was not easy, to leave your family and go over there and do that, and thinking that you might not live through it. It was a very big sacrifice. Company E was a group of men, all from El Paso. Mostly were Hispanic. And these men had been with him from the very start. He had trained them in his own way, and they were really a prize company in the Army. And they formed a company that was so loyal to his leadership that he didn't ever want to leave them. 5 times he was offered a majority and turned them all down because he just didn't want to leave Company E. And he would have had to if he'd taken that promotion. In letters, after he died, I received a few letters from some of these men, and they said they would have followed him anywhere.
Company E's battle baptism happened at Salerno, Italy. On September 9, 1943, the 36th Infantry Division landed on the beaches of Italy. Under the cover of darkness, the 36th charged the beaches, attacking strong German defenses. The sands were blanketed with razor-sharp barbed wire, and the air was saturated with heavy artillery and machine gun fire. Company E was relentless, and their action reflected the character of their company commander. Tough, disciplined, and courageous. El Pasoan Sergeant Rafael Torres was one of the many soldiers who served under Captain Chapin. He spent those wee hours on September 9th cutting through barbed wire, exchanging gunfire with German machine guns, and disabling German tanks. A hero and highly decorated, he is one of the few still with us to reflect.
I go to an open area to where I could get in, where I was going to throw the grenade from, but I couldn't throw it in the bomb position. So I started to get up, but at the same time I saw the turret of the gun moving in my direction. So I went flat again and pulled back. And then I noticed the slits. They have slits where the people in the tank look outside. If I can put a bullet there, that will fix that tank. So I stood up and aimed. A couple of times I had to lower my rifle and wipe my eyes because perspiration was blurring my vision. Finally I had the right aim. I slowly squeezed the trigger and bang, and the tank went in reverse at full speed, knocking down trees and everywhere. I was very surprised.
And so were the Germans. The U.S. won the battle and eventually the war. But success came at a cost. The Battle of Salerno was one of the bloodiest in history. Many perished, and the sight of a fallen soldier was sometimes difficult to accept. Sergeant Torres and many others would see the ultimate sacrifice, a fellow man's life for his country.
As I look at the young man, he looked like a teenager, not a man. What in the hell is he doing here in Italy? He should be going out for the football team in his school, or trying to find a date for the coming prom, and now he's dead. And something happened within me that I took it personally, I guess, that this young man, so young, would be killed.
The liberation of Europe and the defeat of Hitler came inch by inch. Bloody battles were fought throughout the Italian campaign, especially in Salerno, San Pietro, and on the Rapido River. Eventually, Company E went on to fight for 5 years, in 5 campaigns, in 5 countries. The cost of freedom was high. Over 50 million lives were lost across the world, and our nation mourned the loss of 300,000 individuals, including that of Captain John L. Chapin and members of Company E.
Captain John Chapin, affectionately known as Captain John to his men, wounded on December 16, 1943 during the Battle of San Pietro. While recovering in the hospital of his wounds, potential wounds that could send him back to the United States, Captain John found out that his division had orders to cross the Rapido River. Captain John said, "No, I brought these boys overseas, and with the help of God, we'll take them back to Texas or die trying." Captain John left the hospital and joined his men. During the Battle of the Rapido River, which took place on January the 22nd, 1944, Captain John tried and tried to get his men across. They were broken into 2 waves. The first wave made it. Contact was broken. Captain John was found, his carbine in one hand and his telephone in the other. It was obvious to all who came over what had happened on the other end. They were out of ammunition. None of them survived, and Captain John Chapin was awarded posthumously the Silver Star.
Throughout time, millions have fought and many have died to preserve our freedom, uphold our flag, and to protect our frontier. Headstones stand tall across the world, reminding us of the many wars and battles fought. Each gravesite represents a soldier, a warrior, an unsung hero. And there are those with the insignia KIA, killed in action. Action that should never be forgotten. Under the shadows of the Franklin Mountains in El Paso, Texas, far removed from his resting place in Italy, a soldier's patriotic pride is remembered. A school with his namesake was built to continue the character, values, and courage that he stood for. The gentleman known to his men as Daddy Longlegs from El Paso, Texas, will forever be immortalized in this state-of-the-art facility.
It's such an honor. I just can't imagine that after he'd been gone 56 years, this wonderful thing has happened to honor him. It's just unbelievable. And it's the most wonderful school. The building itself is just unbelievable. It's so beautiful, and it's so state-of-the-art. Everything about it is just right up to the minute. And the students that I met were just so enthusiastic and proud of their school, and I know they will make a really wonderful institution out of it. Having named a high school for him, I think that as the students there learn about him through the years, if they will let him be their role model, it couldn't be better. He had all of the characteristics of a really fine human being that they would do well to follow.
Good afternoon. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors, the national anthem, and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A very special thank you to our Chapin Army JROTC instructors, Colonel Leonard Wells and Sergeant First Class Jesus Sanchez. Also, thank you to our senior horn players, Ramon Ogaz, Nathan Ramirez, Jalen Rojas, Liana Villar, Jonathan Yeverino, and Darius Young. Please remain standing as I welcome Madison Hooten, Senior Class Secretary, to lead us in our invocation.
Dear Heavenly Father, we ask that you open our hearts and minds, as today is a day of celebration, but also a day of change. Thank you for putting us in the very seats we are sitting in today. From this moment on, we will not be the same people we were yesterday. Help us to thankfully recognize that you have given us this new chapter. Guide us as we remember right where we are right now and right where we will be in the future. Help us not to fear tomorrow and to remember you're always with us in whatever is to come. Add heavenly wisdom and discernment to our growing knowledge. Give us hope to return to you as we take on new challenges. Give us peace when we do not understand, and give us trust to know our God holds us close at all times. As we celebrate this day and the next chapter of life, give us courage and bravery so that we can walk fearlessly. Thank you for everything you have done and that you will do. It is in your name we pray. Amen. Please be seated. It is my pleasure to present Stephen Cadd, who will officially open this ceremony.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Cadd, and on behalf of the class of 2017, I would like to welcome you to Chapin's graduation ceremony. Each of us today has someone in the audience, and even someone watching online from far away, cheering for us and excited to celebrate this day with us. Some of us have been Huskies for all 4 years. Other of us have been Huskies for even as short a time as this year alone. Nevertheless, today represents a milestone for each graduate, and we are happy to be sharing this day with you. We'd like to thank our family, our teachers, and our friends for the support and encouragement that has helped us reach this important occasion. Congratulations to all. It is my pleasure to welcome Senior Class Officer Victoria Rios, who will be presenting our senior poem.
A New Beginning by Joanna Fuchs. As you make a new beginning in your life, graduate, be aware of important things you didn't learn in school. As you pursue your dreams, remember to take time to help others, even if doing so slows you down a little. As you explore and develop your unique talents, remain humble, realizing that your special abilities are gifts from God. As life hands you challenges, welcome them as ways to become smarter and stronger. As you acquire material things, know that your most important possessions are honesty and integrity, and a desire to make a difference. Congratulations, graduate. May your new path take you to where you want to go and also bring you pleasant surprises. Senior Class Officer Angelica Bassard will now welcome our special guests.
At this time, we would like to recognize our distinguished guests from the El Paso Independent School District. Please stand when you are introduced. Board of Trustees, Ms. Diane Dye. Deputy Superintendent for Academics, Ms. Elizabeth Sines. Area 2 Superintendent, Dr. Carla Gonzalez. We are also thankful to have joining us today the principals of the Mighty Chapin Husky feeder pattern. Would our feeder school principals please stand to be recognized? Thank you for supporting Captain John O. Chapin High School. Senior Class Officers Manny Viescas and Trishna Douglas will now introduce our graduation speakers.
I am so happy to be here introducing our first speaker, all Chapin girl, Alana Chappelle. Academically, Alana has remained in our top 5 for all 4 years of high school. Her hard work and determination in her academic career is like no other. You would think with all the AP and dual credit classes she endured that she would not have time for anything else. Well, you're wrong. Alana has been active in class council for all 4 years and is currently our vice president. Alana is also in NHS, UIL, and was a varsity cheerleader here at Chapin. Even with being in all these organizations, she has always made time for her friends. We have been with her through thick and thin, and we are so proud of her. Additionally, Alana is one of the most dedicated, hardworking, dependable, and loyal people I know. She is not just my best friend. She is much more than that. She is my sister. I am so proud of all that she has accomplished, and I am glad that I was with her every step of the way. Through every laugh, hug, tear, and fight, somehow we made it to the end, stronger than ever.
The first person I will be introducing is the All Chapin boy. I've been best friends with him for 7 years now, unfortunately. He is a hard worker and always puts in his best effort. He is greatly involved at Chapin High School. He was involved in National Honor Society Math Honor Society, High Q, Varsity Track, TSA, and Orchestra. He was also the Student Council Treasurer, and he is graduating with Engineering Magnet Honors. If there was an organization for people who love organizations, I'm sure he'd be in it. He's a natural-born leader, and he embodies what Chapin High School values and stands for. He has earned every accomplishment he has, and he deserves so much more. He is a prime example of a dedicated student. There is no one more deserving of the All Chapin Boy title. I am happy to introduce my good friend and the student that every teacher wishes was their son, Julian Nahera. The next person I will be introducing is also a good friend of mine and is the class of 2017 valedictorian. Some people would call him an inspiration. I'd call him a red flag. Some would call him a genius. I'd call him a good guesser. Some people would call him a hard worker. I'd call him lazy and lucky. A lot of you think he studies hard and does all his work, but I know he does nothing but look at memes on his phone all day. In all seriousness, he is one of the hardest workers I have ever met, and I know he will do great things in life. He follows the beat of his own drum, and he does not let anyone else stop him from doing what he wants to do. He doesn't let people down, and he knows how to lift them up. He is a genuine person, and he has a kind heart. He is definitely going to be one of my friends for life. I'm glad to introduce our fearless leader, the man, the myth, the legend, and my personal hero, John Dusty Rovin.
Please give a warm welcome for our 2017 valedictorian and All Chapin girl, Alana Chappelle, our All Chapin boy, Julian Nahera, and our 2017 valedictorian, John Rovin.
Good afternoon, faculty, families, and graduates. Let that sink in. We are graduates. There are two things we can thank for being here. These things helped us get through long nights and impossible assignments. Without Google and Quizlet, this day would not be possible. Before I start, I would like to acknowledge my family. Mom, I'm so glad I'm graduating because nobody can say they're gonna call you anymore. Kassin, I didn't forget about the money you owe me, but I'll extend the payment deadline into our next graduation. Trishna, thank you for standing by me since that first day of cheer practice. Grandma, Grandpa, Uncle Money, and everyone else that came, thank you. I would like to take a moment to speak about the power of the pack and the strength of our class. We are a group of incredibly unique individuals that were brought together 4 years ago, or for some of us, this year by Captain John L. Chapin High School. The word pack is a perfect word to describe our class. When we, as individuals, come together, we have an unbreakable strength. Each of us has had to go through different things to get to where we are sitting today, but we did it. We triumphed together. That is why this class, the class of 2017, can and will do anything we set our minds to. We will reach the mountaintop, and when we do, we should stop to reflect. Think about Chapin and how it has shaped us. We should think about the bonds we made, like Mr. Keith's Seekin' Tangent fight song at every football game. Thank you guys for voting for me to be class vice president. You saved me from having to stuff the ballot box. It's no wonder Winnie the Pooh said, "We didn't realize we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun." Think about everything we have been through and can do because of the strength we draw from each other. We have so much potential to accomplish great things. I hope for each and every one of us, we do what it is we hope to in life. I would not have wanted to experience high school any other way. Thank you for laughing at my terrible jokes, comforting me when I had yet another breakdown about calculus, and giving me the tools that will help me conquer whatever challenges lie ahead of me. Know that we will always be a part of this pack. There will be times when we fear what is to come or are uncertain about a choice we must make. In these times, let Chapin remind you that you are capable of anything. Have the courage and assurance in yourself to make choices that make your families, your school, and yourselves proud. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today marks an end. But what exactly is being ended? Sure, The obvious answer is our high school career, but reflect back for a moment and think about what exactly characterizes that 4-year-long blur. Is it an end to the piles of homework that just seems to never go away, despite whatever God we prayed to or what ritual we performed? Unfortunately, for many of us, the answer is a no. I'll never forget desperately looking for that one bar of 4G LTE connection for my hotspot as midnight approached, and I was crammed in a charter bus trying to upload a lab for chemistry. I'm sure after hearing that story, my track coaches would have a lot more to say about me working on something in the bus or at the hotel, or at the hotel right before a meet. For many, this day marks an end to some of the best memories we've had yet. Whether it be with a teacher, your teammates, or your friends, there will be no other person but them who can laugh at those unique experiences. I mean, who else but my cross-country team will ever remember the time that Julie and I took a wrong turn during a 7 to 8 mile run at Cloudcroft and spent an extra 20 minutes searching for our campsite? Or on that same night when we crawled in the grass or hid behind the trees just to have the pleasure of jump scaring our team. But if there's one thing that will never truly come to an end, it is the power of this specific pack. As we sit here today, united, let us realize something special which no other class at Chapin High School can ever boast about. At the beginning of the year, our student council was in a bit of a predicament. We were naked and without an advisor. As a newly elected officer, I was clueless as to what my duties consisted of. But despite all of this, we are triumphant. And we have succeeded in so many more things, whether it be through academics such as our UIL teams, high Q teams, or even the fact that we totaled up a whopping $13.691 million in scholarships. Or with our sports teams, such as our softball team, basketball team, football team, track team, swimming team, and so much more. Our pack features some of those hard-working and multi-talented individuals I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. We truly embodied the name and reputation of Captain John L. Chapin thanks to such a powerful group of people. So let us not forget the great legacy and expectations our class has left as we exit these doors today and begin a new chapter. Thank you.
Good afternoon. For some time now, I have made a personal and intentional choice in one of my classes. I have chosen to laugh at some of the silliest and corniest jokes you can imagine. I'm sure you all know them well. They are inscribed on popsicle sticks and Laffy Taffy wrappers. They include slipping on a banana peel and tripping up a flight of stairs. Without a doubt, this choice has greatly improved my experience of this class and to a greater extent of my life. Now, I don't want to preach about how laughter can change your life, and I don't want to tease anybody for thinking that puns are the highest form of humor. I want to say something about how we think and what we choose to think about. Let me provide you an example of what I'm talking about. The first day of this class, the first time I heard a cheesy one-liner from this teacher, do you know what I said? It is going to be a long year. I don't know how I'll put up with it. Yeah, I was that kid. I admit it. I was full of myself. But don't tell me you haven't done the same. We've all shuffled listlessly through hallways and grumbled about how we'd soon be in our least favorite class with the teacher who hates us, the imbeciles who can't add 2 and 2, and the gossipers who talk a little too loudly. Thinking like this is easy. It's reflexive. Like how as soon as your little sister calls you a big poopy head, you immediately respond with, "Am not." But who can blame us, right? After all, aren't we the one who matters most at the end of the day? My happiness, my comfort, my satisfaction. We definitely deserve all of these things, but there is a mode of thinking which requires more effort and is, although more difficult to maintain, is ultimately more rewarding. Today, we've talked a lot about the power of the pack. But what is this power? Who's included in the pack? How does the pack get its power? I'm asking these questions because I need to know what I stand for and with whom I stand. So, allow me to provide some answers. I think this power is a mindfulness, awareness, gratefulness, and a sense of fulfillment that cynicism and introspection alone cannot provide. Second, I think that our pack is made up of everyone with enough humility to say they've been coasting on autopilot and enough discipline to change their attitudes. Finally, I think that with empathy for each other, we acquire mindfulness. We can choose to see someone else as another human being who has, at some time in his or her life, also been awkward, arrogant, benevolent, unforgiving, and trustworthy. And this choice can deliver us from a self-centeredness which would otherwise serve to divide and isolate us. Look, I don't know everything, and you don't have to agree with me, but my choice to change how I look at the world and what I take from my experiences has opened up my mind and infinitely improved not only my time spent in class, but my life. And that's what matters most. Not life after death, but life before death. And now, I want to congratulate all members of the Chapin class of 2017 PAC and wish you all the best of luck as you move on from here to find what matters most to you. Thank you.
At this time, we would like to recognize the wife of Captain John L. Chapin, Ms. Velma Chapin Perkins. While Captain Chapin was off at war, she was supporting him and their family. She will always be remembered as the heart and soul of Chapin High School. We would also like to recognize the Student Council senior class officers and the class of 2017 senior officers for all they have done for the senior class. Without both sets of officers, we wouldn't have had all the activities and the amount of fun we shared this year. Thank you, Suko, and thank you, class of 2017 officers. Captain Chapin joined the National Guard in order to serve his country and community. At this time, we would ask our graduates who are joining the following branches to please stand and remain standing. United States Army, United States Navy, United States Air Force, United States Marine Corps, United States Coast Guard, United States National Guard, and United States Merchant Marines. Parents and family members of our graduating class, if you have served or are currently serving in one of our armed forces, we ask that you please stand and remain standing for your service to be recognized as well. We thank you for your service, and we are proud of all our Huskies. At this time, will the entire audience please stand and join our Shades of Blue and Chapin Band and Orchestra as they lead us in the alma mater, Hail to thee, Chapin. The words are on the back of your program.
With every
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Robert Marsh, principal of Captain John L. Chapin High School.
Dr. Gonzalez, Board Member Dye, and Ms. Sines, as principal of Captain John L. Chapin High School, I certify that all students receiving diplomas today have met all requirements for graduation as prescribed by the Board of Trustees, the El Paso Independent School District, and the state of Texas, and are entitled to receive their diplomas.
Mr. Marsh, faculty and staff, parents, family, and friends, as Area Superintendent of the El Paso Independent School District, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I accept the certification of the graduates of Captain John L. Chapin High School, the mighty class of 2017. Now for the main event. But before we begin our roll call, I would like to share with our guests the significance of the DAP Graduate Candidate Cords. DAP represents the Distinguished Achievement Program diploma. These students are receiving the highest possible diploma available in the state of Texas. In addition to the required credits and testing, they have taken 3 years of a foreign language and have completed 4 advanced measures. These measures include AP and dual credit courses, work, as well as independent studies similar to what our students in our magnet program survive in the Engineering Senior Symposium. Also this year, many of our students are wearing emerald green cords, which are earned for community service hours. Recipients had a minimum of 90 hours throughout the past school year. Our first graduates this afternoon represent the top 2% of the class of 2017. Top 2? Once you have received your diploma and flower for the CH, please return to our VIP seating here in the skybox. Let's begin. Valedictorian and recipient of the Texas Scholars, DAP graduate, John Dusty Roven. Salutatorian and DAP graduate, Alana Marge Chappelle. DAP graduate, Julian Nahara. DAP graduate, Viviana Letty Perry. DAP graduate, Denise Danielle Mimbella. DAP graduate, Leah Michelle Volkman. DAP graduate, Julian David Olivares. And our final top 2%, DAP graduate, Daniel Antonio Arispe. Now our officers, beginning with DAP candidate, Angelica Monique Broussard. DAP graduate, Stephen Andrew Cadd. Trishna Ramona Douglas. DAP graduate Madison Diane Hooten. DAP graduate Elizabeth Ashley Gerardo. DAP graduate Stephanie Medina. DAP graduate Victoria Graciela Rios. DAP graduate Abigail Renee Salvati. Manuel Viescas Jr. DAP graduate Anne-Marie Barbara Warren. Top 10, please rise and come forward. DAP graduate Luis Eduardo Briones. DAP graduate Kiana Simone Allison Burnett. DAP graduate Miriam Yasiri Campos Almaraz. Angel Emiliano Carrillo. DAP graduate Mallory Andelin Cates. DAP candidate Victor Alejandro Contreras. DAP candidate Kenneth Devin Cooper. DAP graduate Joseph Elijah Cota Chavez. DAP candidate Cassandra Lynn Krotzer. DAP graduate Nicholas James Gonzalez Ares. Rosario Rosie Alberto Hernandez Jr. DAP graduate Shania Keisha Hickey. Kevin Lincoln. DAP graduate Diego Alejandro Lopez Tarango. Joshua Michael McAchron. DAP graduate Javier Jose Carlos Martinez. Alexis Nicole Nevarez. Stephanie Perez Montalvo. DAP graduate Nathan Jeremy Ramirez. DAP graduate Violet Idalia Ramirez. DAP graduate Shane Edward Rylet II, Go Army. DAP graduate Jalen Reyna Rojas. DAP graduate Lila Romero. DAP graduate Luis Pablo Romo. DAP graduate Andrea Sanchez. DAP graduate Haley Nicole Tomasello. DAP graduate Manuel Dominic Valenzuela. Madeline Louise Weathers. DAP graduate Sarah Michelle Willis. DAP candidate Arturo Yanis Flores. And DAP graduate Lauren Elizabeth Zarate.
Candy Lynette Adame. DAP graduate Kevin Jesus Aguilar. Brian Michael Aguirre. Brandon Argines Aguirre Flores. Araceli Lucero Alarcón Arellano. Alexis Xavier Alonso Seda. Adrian Alvarado. Jesus Daniel Alvarado. Kevin Antonio Alvarado. Michael Nathaniel Arce. Tamaikian Armstrong. Micah Mercedes Bailey. DAP candidate Mary Madeline Balbin. Diamante Debray Banks. Janet Sabina Buñuelos. Alexis Justine Barnes. Susie Barraza. Julio Alejandro Barrera Reyes. DAP candidate William Andrew Barrett. Matthew Isaac Basurto. Daryl LaMonica Battle Jr. Caitlin Joelle Bowman Campbell. Sanaya Amion Bourget. Cornell Becknell. Francisco Berisril. Dylan Jacob Behrens. Kayla Emmy Belcher. Silver Bell. Jonathan Jair Beltran, DAP graduate. Jalen Whitavius Bentley. DAP graduate Gabriel Barambila. Tyler Jordan Bredlow. Alexis Renee Brewer. Katie Michelle Brown. Lena K. Brown. Ruthie Bonetta Brown. Shaheem Amir Bullock. Jacqueline Beatriz Burciaga. Cooper Del Burleson. Marco Antonio Calderón Herrera. Derek Camacho. Pamela Faith Caraveo. Andre Santini Carrillo. Autumn Leonor Carrillo. Christopher Joseph Casas. Daniel Castañeda. Jairo Rubén Castañón. Fabian Alberto Castillo. Jasmine Isabel Chaparro. Cassin Chappelle. DAP graduate Alec Daniel Chavez. DAP graduate Jose Angel Chavez. Michael Chavez. Ruben Alexander Chavez. Sebastian Chavez. Valentin Chavez. Angel Cisneros. DAP graduate Ariana Simone Collins. Luigi Colunga. Brandon Anthony Cordero. Leslie Samantha Cordero. Marlene Pamela Cortez Rodriguez. Daniela Cuen Cortinas. Jesse Dylan Crabtree. Raquel Alicia Kroom. Gabriela Angel Crudy. Brittany Elizabeth Davis. Seth James Dow. Neishalis de Jesus Youssef. DAP candidate David Alberto de la Cruz. Andrew de la Cueva. DAP graduate Taylee Alyssa de la Torre. Cyrus Angel del Castillo. Amari Diaz. Nacio Darrell Dillard. Eric Chandler Drake. Jared Dean Duncan. David Victor Duran. Cassandra June Escalante. Adán Diego Esparza. Saúl Aldair Esparza. DAP candidate Angel Estrada. DAP candidate Alfonso Fernandez IV. Ivan Adrian Farrell. Nathan Isaiah Ficarra. Nazareth Aide Fierro. Valerie Fierro. Skyla Mercedes Flake. Raymond Ismael Flores. DAP graduate Alexis Nicole Friday. Juan Dos Dios Friday Sanchez. Victoria Marie French. Joy Eunoes Frescas. Catherine Peyton Fry. Alexis Brianna Gableman. Christian Jacob Gableman. Jacqueline Joanne Gableman. Austin Martin Gallagher. Marcos Gallardo. Sergio Eduardo Gallegos. Alejandra Sofía Garcia. Caleb Vincent Garcia. Kevin Ernesto Garcia. Alex Garcia Martinez. Brian Gardea. Julian Isaiah Gardea. Wade Christopher Gardea. Evan Drake Garner. Roberto Garza. Nicholas Ryan Gill. Christopher Lloyd Gillette. Timothy Van Gillette. Stephanie Gomez Hernandez. Cynthia Elaine Gonzalez. DAP graduate Scout Annalise Gonzalez. Alexander Arturo Gonzalez. Lillian Samantha Gonzalez. Natalia Marina Gonzalez. Lauren Michelle Goodwin. Diana Marie Grajeda. Matthew David Gregory. DAP candidate Mariela Guerrero. Cameron Adriana Guzman. Dylan Shane Hall. Raymond Lewis Hall, Jr. Shelby Faith Hamilton. Kiera Alana Hannah. DAP candidate Anthony Terrell Harrelson. Deontay Marsalis Harris. Ariana Brianne Harrison. Cheyenne Autumn Hayes. Peyton Ryan Held. Sydney Nicole Held. Alexis Lee Hennard. DAP graduate Alexis Michaela Hernandez. DAP graduate Ashley Cristina Hernandez. Frank Joseph Hernandez, Jr. Gerardo Hernandez. DAP graduate Paulo Cesar Hernandez. Kiana Marie Herron. Aaron Taylor Hess. James Nelson Hill III. Bobby Andrew Hinojosa. Jacqueline Olguin. DAP graduate Madeline Lorraine Hooten. DAP graduate Isaac Samuel Ormel. Isaac Daniel Ibarra. Melissa Ibarra. Noah Nathaniel Ibarra. Roberto Miguel Ibarra. Itzel Iniguez. DAP candidate Alexis Nicole Jessel. Jasmine Amber Jimenez. Mondaris Drayshawn Johnson. Taj Amari Johnson. Brandon Jones. Madeline Eddie Sr. Jones. Brian Malik Jordan. Felicia Jordan. Lorenzo Aaron Juarez. Allison Marie Judd. Morgan Page Justice. Decent Ron Kalafashu. Darius Jalen King. Madison Jade Crick. Morgan Emily Kukula. Hinkley Lavea. DAP graduate Paloma Lascano. Javante Keyshawn Leaks. Amber Elizabeth Ledesma. Kaylin Danielle Lee. Dustin Ryan Lepak. Damon Lindsay Jr. Alexa Marie Loera. Angel Arturo Lopez. Shania Lopez. Alyssa Marie Lozoya. Daisy Faye Lujan. Juliana Nicole Lujan. Monique Rose Lujan. Andrew Jordan Luna. Jason Wade Mock II. Gabriel Madrid. Oscar Magallanes. David Raúl Marquez Jr. Alexis Brianna Marshall. Bridget Jora Martin. Celeste Martín del Campo. Emily Brianna Martinez. Jesse Anthony Martinez. Kevin Martinez. DAP graduate Roberto Adrián Martinez. Austin James Baldosano Mason, DAP candidate. Jordan Argo Mayberry. Logan Michael McCollum. Marissa Emily McLeod McDonald. DAP candidate Justice Reader McHenrick. Loretta Natasha Medina. DAP candidate Maria de la Luz Medina. Gavin Lee Shaw. Isaac Mendoza. Nicole Brianna Mendoza. Antonio Meraz. Shelby Nicole Moxie. Gabriel James Merced. Vicente Galindo Mesa. Eric Thomas Molinar. Brianna Nicole Monsivalles. Jennifer Enid Montañez. DAP graduate Valeria Marie Morales Rosario. DAP candidate Orlando Aaron Morales Ventura. Brittany Nicole Moreno. Amber Nicole Muñiz. Taina Navado. Manuel Ángel Nieto Ibarra. Sidley Lanae Nixon. Ramsey Delano Noel. Anna Marie Norris. Sabrina Irene Nunes. DAP graduate Ramon Ogas. DAP graduate Javier Adrián Olivares. Jorge Olivas Jr. Cassandra Oliver. Raúl Ontiveros Salas. Alan Israel Ortiz. Eddie Marie Crystal Padilla. Michael Paul. Adriana Berenice Peña. Joanne Beatriz Perales. DAP candidate Noah Vasquez Perales. Danielle Malik Norris. Swan Celeste Parea. Aaron Fernando Perez. DAP graduate Brian Ricardo Perez. DAP candidate graduate Eric Jacob Perez. Jasmine Perez. Karen Perez. Oscar Joel Perez. Juan Alejandro Perez Rosales. Ada María Pérez González. Nikolai Allen Sanchez Petty. Shayla Michelle Philippi. Ruben Jesus Poblano Hernández. Kami Cheyenne Poor. Linda Porras. Ian Patrick Pines. Ruby Quesada. David Santiago Ramirez. DAP candidate Nicholas Allen Ramirez. DAP graduate Brian Ramos. DAP graduate Joshua Arturo Ramos. Mariana Angelica Ramos Alamo. Brendan Tyler Reed. DAP graduate Cassandra Catalina Renz. Gabriel Resendiz. Ashley Marie Reyes. Jacob Alejandro Reyes. Jonathan Atreyu Reyes. Brian Omar Rivera. Amanda Faith Roberts. Giorgio Martalo Roche. DAP graduate Iviana Danielle Roberta. Christian Jose Rodriguez. DAP candidate Daniel John Rodriguez. Idali Delgado Rodriguez. Javier Fernando Rodriguez. Jesús Manuel Rodriguez. Carla Patricia Rodriguez. Marissa Marie Rodriguez. DAP candidate Noah Rafael Rodriguez. Isaías Romero. Omar Ricardo Romero. DAP graduate Adina Rosales. Anaí Rubio. DAP candidate Justin Drake Rublova. Jonathan Mario Ruiz. Jade Felicity Russell. Esteban Saavedra Martinez. Guadalupe Sainz. Jesus Isaac Sainz Oresa. Dylan Abraham Salcedo Perez. Abel Saldaña Jr. Joshua Isaiah Sambo. Kanani Nigeria Samuel. John Anthony Sanchez Jr. Raúl Sánchez Rodríguez II. Jessica Rose Shell. Eileen Elise Schott. Maciel Segura Correa. Avery Anthony Sahich. Zakaya Sirkpour. Shane Bradley Sherart. Candice Elisa Shreve. Aliza Danielle Cifuentes. Sara Viridiana Silva Baltazar. Caleb David Smith. Jenna Isabel Smith. Mauricio Sosa. Teresa Sotelo. Elfido Angel Soto. Jason Cesar Soto. Naira Tion Spotsville. DAP graduate Connor David Stone. Anthony Suarez Jr. Damian Tamayo. Lawrence Tan Jiaming. Cheyenne Celeste Terry. Christian Joseph Thomas. Anthony Christopher Thompson. Shayla Janae Kenagia Thornton. Angel Andres Torres. Ricardo Jesus Torres. Jonathan Marcos Tovar. Edward William Trejo Jr. Chuck Ethan Tuyolomotu. Tiffany Kalina Yules. Anthony Ron Ulmer Jr. DAP graduate Emmanuel Urieno. Ashley Brianna Vale. Jasmine Araiz Valdivieso. Ariana Giselle Valles. Denisha Kiana Valles. Megan Van de Weinhardt. Esmeralda Vargas. Kimberly Ivan Vargas. Luis Humberto Vargas. DAP graduate Monique Nicole Vasquez. Sadie Victoria Velasco. Joseph Gabriel Vélez Guerrero. Liana Victoria Villar. Anthony Cole Villarreal. Tyra Lenore Wadley. Nathaniel Wheaton. DAP candidate Destiny Christian White. Jacob Alexander Willis. Ryan Isaiah Wilson. Bon Jamal Waisha. Travion Kyrie Yarborough Lawrence. Jonathan Eli Yaverino. Darius James Andrew Young. Ivan Zubia Bueno.
Good afternoon. As we close this afternoon's ceremony, I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate all the family, friends, and teachers who have guided and supported us through this amazing journey in high school. Gracias a todos los padres de familia por todo su apoyo durante estos 4 años. Les deseamos lo mejor tanto a ustedes como a sus hijos en esta nueva etapa. Together, we have traveled through this chapter in life. We have made new friends and left behind old ones. Yet, despite any differences, we have all made it here to this day together. Our ceremony this afternoon symbolizes the end of this chapter. However, this is not the end of our story. This is only the beginning. Among us, I see future engineers, doctors, scientists, educators, and much more. As a whole, this generation has the potential to go out into the world and make a difference simply by doing something we all love. I want to encourage you all to always follow your dreams and never settle for less. Without any further ado, I want to congratulate the class of 2017 for this accomplishment. We made it. I look forward to what the future holds for us and the many generations to come. I would now like to introduce our senior class president, Anne-Marie Warren.
Hello. To all of the families, friends, teachers, and administration, thank you for being the key to our success. Hallo. An alle Familie, Freunde und Lehrer, danke für alles. Ihr seid der Schlüssel zu unserem Erfolg. Hello to my family. Hallo an meine amerikanische und deutsche Familie. Danke für unsere Zeitung. Ich habe euch alle lieb. August 26, 2013. Do you remember that day? The first steps we took into our new home called Chapin High School. We were afraid of many things, afraid of classes and meeting new people. We were all awkward in a sense, wondering if there was indeed a pool atop the ROTC building. We were essentially still middle schoolers. As time went on, we began to shape into who we are today. All of those worries we had 4 years ago, and look at us now. We've gone on to achieve bigger and better things. We've developed relationships with the people around us. We've turned into wonderful young adults. We have been through so much in the past 4 years. Changes in administration, new advisors, and losing some of our beloved members of our Chapin community. But through each challenge, we supported one another and helped each other through, as a Chapin pack, as a family. Now, here we are on June 8th, 2017, taking our last steps of the past and jumping into the future, prepared for whatever comes our way. It has been my honor to be your class president and stand amongst you these past 4 years. I wish you all the best of luck. Congratulations, class of 2017. We are the pride of the pack. And remember, once a Husky, always a Husky. Now, will the class of 2017 please rise? Raise your right hand, grab your tassel, and on the count of 3, be prepared to move to the other side. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, class of 2017. We did it.
Please join your graduate on the north patio. All the way to the north patio.